Guys, what's up? Maik Wiedenbach here, giving tips. It's a beautiful Friday afternoon in New York City. I'm super pumped, and not because of the workout, but because I'm going to the US Open with my daughter. You could not pay me to watch tennis on TV, but live, different story. But anyway, back to bodybuilding. So we're giving tips. I'm giving tips about overtraining. It seems to me that overtraining and gluten are choking America to death. Like, everybody's affected. People are gluten tolerant and overtrained. So, what is overtraining? Are you overtrained? How would you know? And what to do about it? So, overtraining occurs when you violate this. I'm really bad at drawing, but you'll have to put up with it. So this is you. You start training. You fall into a little valley. That's called the overreach. And then you hopefully super compensate. Okay? So that's the normal progression. However, if people do not recover enough, they go like so. That would be overtrained. So what does that mean? So ideally, let's say I'm your coach, you start training, and over the 4 to 5 week cycle, your performance drops a little bit, then you get a recovery, and then you're here, we start the next wave, and the next wave, and I wish I was taller, and the next wave, and so on and so forth, right? And you keep getting better. But if somebody does not take the time off or the recovery, he drops, she drops. So overtraining can go from mild to very severe. So mild would be, grumpiness, difficulty sleeping, lack of appetite, general disinterest, almost like a mild depression into a severe depression, getting sick very easily, compromised immune system, all the way to kidney failure and death. Ooh. So that's bad, So let's avoid that. So, are you overtrained? Probably not. I'll tell you why. Overtraining for most of us doesn't happen because out of the 24 hours that the day has, we sleep or sit 23, and we train 1 hour. That is not enough to consider overtraining. It's just not. Overtraining occurs more often within endurance athletes because they can train 4 hours, 5 hours. I mean, you can bike just so much longer compared to, let's say, bodybuild, right? Bodybuilding, after 40, 50 minutes, you're kind of gassed and that's it. And that's not enough to overtrain. What happens more, as my old coach always put it, people are overpartied, undereaten, underfed, and underslept. So if your sleep quality is poor, like yours truly, hence my red eyes, that's an issue. If you're malnourished because you spend Friday, Saturday, Sunday in bars eating bar food, it will also compromise them gains. And then there's overstimulation. Stimulation can be from stimulants such as caffeine, ephedrine, or the illegal substances. It can also be from constant electronic pinging you during the night. Like when I was working at the bank, I had my phone with me all night. I would get messages, phone calls from clients. It's a terrible way to live. So if you eliminate that, your performance will probably dramatically go up. Better food quality, better sleep quality, keep the bedroom dark, 68, 70, and cool. The other thing is, like, if you really feel that you are overtrained, the question is, how many days should you take off and what to do instead? And that's very individual. It depends how severe the overtraining is. So some people actually have to go to the hospital and be, bedded. Most people, I don't recommend a day off because it's hard then to find the rhythm again. But do your regular workout, but chop it in half. So sets, reps, weights, everything goes in half. So in and out within 20 minutes, you have a nice pump and off you go. Take a mental break, stop reading about bodybuilding, except for my channel. And after 2 to 3 days, you should be better. Empirically speaking, and this is just personally, very personal, I feel that whenever I consume a good amount of red meat, the day after I'm good to go. So steak and eggs and porterhouse for dinner and so on and so forth. The next day muscles are full, recouped from the creatine, the iron, and so on and so forth, and I have the energy to train again. So, cliff notes. Overtraining. Oh, you know what doesn't help for overtraining? I almost forgot. Supplements. Okay? So GNC or whatever, they will sell you a cortisol blocker. Hey, if a cortisol blocker worked, you'd be dead because we need cortisol. Drugs work, but it's a different story. Supplements don't bother. They will not help you with recovery. Like glutamine has a tiny effect, but it's not worth the money. So, cliff notes. Overtraining, loss of appetite, loss of energy, general disinterest, don't want to train, compromised immune system, lots of the flu, like, little aches and diseases, injuries. Take the workout, chop it in half, double your carbs, double your fats for a couple of days, you'll be good as new. Okay? You don't need to buy a cortisol blocker. I just saved you $80. Maik out.